It has happened. We are live. I am in shock. Nathaniel Lowe is no longer on the Rangers. The Rangers, according to Jeff Passan, have sent Nathaniel Lowe to the Washington Nationals. I'll just read it to you 8 minutes ago. Left-handed reliever Robert Garcia is headed from the Nationals to the Rangers in the Nathaniel Lowe trade. Sources tell ESPN 13 minutes ago the Washington Nationals are finalizing a trade to acquire Nathaniel Lowe from the Rangers. Let's look up Robert Garcia. Not a name I know real well. Hello, everybody, by the way. I'm not even looking at chat. I apologize. Whether you're watching on Twitter or YouTube, I appreciate you being here. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little bummed. Now, I get it from a money standpoint. I don't love it from a baseball standpoint. We'll talk about that here in a minute, but I want to see what's up with this kid. The name doesn't ring a bell at all. Robert Garcia, 59 of you in the house. Again, please, I apologize for ignoring the chat right now. We'll get to you all in a minute. I'm not even looking. Okay. 4.22 ERA. What? That doesn't make any sense. Let's go to MLB.com, see what they have to say about Robert Garcia. Okay, so there he is. Robert Garcia. I don't know if he's the only guy coming over yet. Again, this is brand new. About 14 minutes ago, it hit. Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of remembering him now. All right, his numbers aren't bad. So he pitched 70. Well, his numbers are pretty good. Pitched in 72 games. Who cares about one loss record? 4.22 ERA, 60 innings, 1.19 whip, 75 Ks. Okay. I'm remembering him now. He's a solid reliever. I mean, that's a pretty good return, I guess. I don't know what his contract status is. We'll find out here right now. And we'll talk about Nate Lowe here quite a bit. I love Nate Lowe. I love the man. I am sad about it. From a Rangers standpoint, okay, of course, everyone's going to say we just got Jake Berger, third baseman, first baseman, DH. Does this mean that he's got first base? Yeah, it does. Now, Justin Foscue still in the mix, obviously. And again, I know you guys are in chat. I haven't even looked. I apologize for ignoring you. I'll get to everybody here in a minute. Say hello, all those things, and answer any questions that come up or whatever. Again, whether you're on Twitter or whether you're on YouTube, I appreciate you being here. I want to look at, and so the thing with Nate was he was going to be over $10 million. He's due. Excuse me. He is due for a arbitration hearing. I think is it a couple weeks now? They will exchange numbers. Now the Nationals and Nathaniel Lowe will exchange numbers. It would have been the Rangers, and all the projection that I saw between 10 and 12 million, 11 million. I saw a lot. Hard to say what you're going to get, but you can call it about $11 million. So that money comes back. Let's see what his contract is. All right. Why is it giving me the whole Washington Nationals? I don't want the whole Washington Nationals. I want Robert Garcia. There you go. So again, his numbers are good. If you're just getting here, we just went over his numbers. Strong lefty. 1 year, $580,000 last year. I'm trying to see how much they're saving. It's got to be arbitration eligible, right? Yeah, $555,000. 20. What the heck? Why can't I find out better information about Mr. Garcia's contract? What am I doing wrong? There it is. I was looking at the wrong screen. That's why your boy is an idiot today. All right, so that's still no good. That's still not what I want to see. Contract details. Doesn't give me much of anything here. 2020 stats. I don't care about 2021 stats. I don't care about that. He's 31 years old. He'll be 32 in March 28th, right around the am I looking at the right guy? Hold on. My confidence is low. Let's make sure. Robert Garcia, 1 year, 800,000 with the Nationals, including 800,000 guaranteed, blah, blah, blah. 2025 Garcia will earn, that's what I'm looking for, a base salary of 800,000, carrying a hit to the 800,000 versus 11 million. So that's what it is. So what does this mean? We've got about 24, 23, 24, 25. I've seen all three numbers available. We need at least three arms of the bullpen, right? If we assume Berger's our first baseman, Simeon's our second baseman, Seager's our short, Young's at third, you got Langford, you got Carter, Tavares, you got Garcia. I don't know who our DH is now because I've been thinking it was Berger. Obviously, Berger's at first. The catchers of Hyman, Higashioka. I'm just talking about offense here. All of that to say, does it make it more likely that we get a left-handed DH? Yeah, it does. Jock Peterson, anybody? Maybe. Seen a couple people talking about it. I love Pete Alonso. It's not going to happen, guys. Even with this, well, I guess it's more likely now, right? We had about 25 million. Now we're going to add about 10 to 12 million to that, so 37. Just talking about for 2025. Just for 2025. So we can spend that on a reliever or two or three. Yes, please. Tanner Scott, anybody? Yes, please. Yes, please. Look at my fandom is going to tell you the truth. From my heart, I'm sad Nathaniel Lowe's gone. Solid ball player, silver slugger, and a gold glover the last 3 years. First base is generally a place where you get lots of power, and Nate's not a lots of power guy. He had a couple nice years, a real nice power year a couple years ago. Let's be real. The top of the top of the top for Nate is probably 285. I don't think he'll ever do that, but that's probably the top. 20, 22 home runs, solid glove. I love him. Great ball player, great guy in the clubhouse. Berger's a great guy in the clubhouse too. He's a righty, Lowe's a lefty. Lowe's way better defensively than Jake Berger. But if you just put Berger at first and we go out and get a DH with the money, we could do pretty good with that. Or you get a DH, you can get a DH or you can get a first base is what I'm saying with the Berger situation. Now, it doesn't include Josh Smith at all, Justin Foscue at all. We can talk about that if you want. We need bullpen arms. So, in my opinion, we need at least 3 more arms, all right? Tanner Scott, more likely? Sure, yeah. I think they're going to have to pay him too much to get him. Probably not he's my favorite of the arms that are out there. He's the guy I would want the most, but he's the guy who's going to cost the most. Now, there's a reason for that. He's really, really good. And there's a bunch of arms out there, but he's the cream of the crop by far. Do you want to go get Jock Peterson? He's pretty freaking good. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't be sad. I've loved him for a long time. If you know me, you know I'm a Ranger fan I'm a recovering Dodgers fan. Still root for him, but I've loved Jock Peterson for a long time. There's some other names out there too, Tasker Hernandez and other that. We need one more bat. And we can go get that and a bullpen now. I'm sad Nate's gone, but I'm very intrigued to see what's next. There's no reason to trade Nate Lowe and just save your 11 or 12 million, right? There's no reason for that at all. So this, to me, is a harbinger. Ooh, good word usage right before Christmas, too. A harbinger of things to come. Who, what, when, who knows? I think there's a lot of options out there, but I guarantee they're bullpen arm, and maybe a left-handed bopper. I've always loved Josh Bell. I always have. He's a local kid. He's a brilliant kid. He's a good ball player. He's at the bottom of the list. At the top of the list would be Pete Alonso. I don't know if I really think that's going to happen. Will we add a bat? A Jock Peterson type? Maybe, but I suspect this is to spend more money on the bullpen. No, I don't think Robertson's coming back. I suspect Kirby Yates is not coming back. Can't imagine Jose Leclerc's coming back. And I will freely admit those are 3 of the top 15 or 20 relievers out there on the market. Who's out there? Kenley Jansen, Tanner Scott, a bunch of names. We can go through them if you want. I feel like I've neglected the chat. Let me check out the chat here, see who's even here, say hello to everybody. I feel a little guilty about this. Normally I'm better at saying hello. But I got to be real with you. This hit me right in the face. This shocked me. He is a good reliever, guys. I didn't remember his name. I saw the stat. Come on, just look at this. Even if you don't know him, the stats are impressive. I'm going to start at the bottom, the most recent, and go up just because I hate it. I want to do it that way. Colin says, I hate it. Unless we get Alonso, it's a bust in my opinion. Well, I mean, and there's some other good first basemen out there still too. That's the other thing. Hey, Haley, I see you in there. That's the other thing that you got to. I'm sad. Okay, my heart is a huge Nate Lowe fan. I'm sad. I also want to win. I'm going to be a fan of whoever puts on the jersey. Well, maybe this jersey for one more year, right? I'm going to be a fan of who's wearing that jersey. And I'm going to always be a fan of Nathaniel Lowe. But you've got to be okay with flipping people. I hate that Lowe's gone. I hate it. And I have been saying, and I believe deeply, he wasn't going to be traded. But that said, it kind of makes sense if you can get cheaper at first base. Maybe it's a Justin Foscue play. I don't know that I loved what I saw from Foscue, but he wasn't up for very long. Is Josh Smith going to somehow fit into there? Maybe. I don't know. But Josh Smith should get – how many at-bats are you happy with Josh Smith getting? Because right now, if everything went perfect, if Berger plays first, Simeon plays second, Seager plays third, Young plays short – or Young plays third, excuse me, and the whole season is chock full of health and we don't have any injuries, where does Josh Smith play? Is he a DH? He's got too elite of a glove to play a DH. Does Seager end up at first base? I think that's the long-term play. I don't think that happens this year. Mike Bassick over on 105.3 The Fan is a big proponent of that idea. I don't know. I don't know. I am doing a horrible job saying hi in chat. Wish we go get Alonzo. I mean, that's what everybody's going to be saying, right? What do you guys think we get for the bullpen? Josh Young and Joy. I love me some Josh Young too. Welcome in, buddy. I see you on X all the time. Appreciate you being here. I don't know. Hard to say. Berger starting first base. Duran substitute. Maybe. I'm not. I don't want to see Zeke go away. We better get something. Mike, me too. Haley, love you. Haven't stopped crying. I hear you. Nate, just why? Money. Have him being 28 years old, the pitcher. Yeah, I don't know. I just read it. I don't remember what I read, to be honest with you. Any chance Arenado gets traded to Texas and plays first base? I think it's unlikely. I think he's one of the greatest third basemen defensively of all time. So it'd be silly to, I guess Young at first would be more likely than Arenado at first. Arenado did say he would go play first base. You know, Arenado's got that no trade clause. He said no to the Houston Astros. I think he's going to be a Dodger. I think the Dodgers have some prospects to trade. I know for a fact he wants to be a Dodger. Yeah, there you go. Boy, I've missed so many people. Cat Rabbit else, what's going on, buddy? Pete Alonso's still available, and that is a play for the Rangers. Let me head up to here we go. Colin says it's BS. Ryan, the Rangers will possibly sign Jock Peterson. It's more likely now, right? I mean, everybody's been talking about it. Skull, I hear you. Ryan, what's in the house? What's going on? Check his Savant page. I will in a minute here. Looking on Savant now. Thank you, Skull. Hey, Ashton, buddy. Andrew in the house. What's going on? Prospect Times in the house. 800K. Yeah, it took me forever to find the right button there. So sorry about that, gentlemen and ladies. See if I missed anybody who's more recent now. Slade in the house. Wouldn't be surprised if we make a move later today, like what happened with the Cleveland yesterday. Yeah, maybe. Have to get Jock. Yeah, maybe. You know, I'm going to pull up the reliever list. I think that I would like another bat. I would like another bat, especially from left-handed side. Somebody can play first base. And DH makes a lot of sense. But we kind of have one. If Evan Carter's healthy, we kind of have one named Leody Taveras. Now, could we flip Leody Taveras? Somebody would like Leody. If Leody Taveras is our fourth outfielder, that's a freaking good ball club. If Josh Smith is our fifth infielder, that's a good ball club. Assuming everybody is healthy. And, of course, that's assuming he makes an ass out of you and me. But, I mean, that's a pretty deep roster, guys. And I don't know. Doley, great defensively. I don't really love the idea of him being a DH. Carter, we need him to be healthy, of course. Wyatt Langford, he's going to be our left fielder, but he could be our center fielder. If it goes perfect, Leody's our fourth outfielder. That's pretty good. But I still would like one more. Would a Jock Peterson fit in there? I think he does, but then you really probably have to do flip Leody. Let's look at now all of the 2024. Here, I'll pull it up on the screen for you guys. I'll get back to chat here in a momentito. So this is ranked by WAR for the last 2 years now, not just last year, the last 2 years. Can you guys see that? Yeah, you can see that. Okay. So off on the top, obviously, Tanner Scott. He's 30 years old, 4.5 WAR. This guy's the elite. He throws from the left side. The Padres made the trade last year for him. I love him. I would want him very badly. Jeff Hoffman is the next guy on the list. Again, when you're looking at it, and it's ranked by WAR over the last 2 years, okay? Jeff Hoffman wants to be a starter. I think that excludes him from the list here. David Robertson, I think it's unlikely that he's coming back. I'd love to have him back. I love David Robertson. I loved him before he was here. I love him after he's gone. Love to have him back. 1-year contract. Might be his last bite at the apple, as they say. He probably goes somewhere else. Kenley Jansen, look at recovering Dodger fan, as I've said. Hated him at the end of the Dodger. I wanted him out when he was in LA. Now I see this as an opportunity. Won't cost as much. He can be a closer. I might go out and get him. Chris Martin, former Ranger, got real good once we got rid of him. Wouldn't mind him at all. More than that, look at this name, Carlos Estevez. I would love him. Love him. Armstrong, I'm not as high on him. I'm surprised he's this high. We already got Hobie Milner. Danny Columba. I don't know a lot about him, honestly. I think he's that lefty. I know he's from Tampa Bay. He's high on the list. Floro, Kirby Yates, Leclerc, two of our guys, Junis, Caleb Ferguson, AJ Minter, you could talk me into very easily. Paul Sewald, I think, would be interesting. Come back to the scene of the crime where Corey took him yard. Thank goodness for that. We let go of Andrew Chapin already, but he's out there still. Hector Neris is still there. I love Joe Kelly, not a young guy, but I would take Joe Kelly just for that at bat against Korea. That would be fun. Scott Alexander, pretty good lefty there. Dylan Tate, he was a draft pick of ours. You can always bring back Will Smith, Phil Maton. Jesse Chavez is a million years old. Can bring back Carl Edwards. My point in all this is not to just list off the whole freaking world. It's that there's a lot of relievers out there, but there's not a lot of at the top of their game. There's not a lot of, without making a trade, Emmanuel Clase is out there. We're not getting him either. I was hopeful that the Devin Williams thing might end up coming here. Devin Williams, thought he was going to the Dodgers. Turns out he goes to the Yankees. We need all of that to say. The reason I pulled that up and read all that to say, we need bulk and quality, quantity and quality. And I think that's why Nathaniel Lowe is now a Washington National. Very, very honestly, I haven't been keeping up on X. Let's see if more information has come in on the deal. And then I will talk to the chat that I've missed. So Passan hasn't updated anything. Again, left hand. If you're just getting here, I should probably reread it for those of you just showing up. 23 minutes ago, according to Jeff Passan, 28 minutes ago, it was become public, but 23 minutes ago, we learned that left-handed reliever Robert Garcia headed to the Nationals, from the Nationals to the Rangers in the Nathaniel Lowe trade. He's got really good numbers. He's about $10 million less than Nathaniel Lowe. It is what it is. I'm going to see if there's anything else out there from people I respect. See if there's any of the locals, the local writers. Jeff Wilson's just reposting Ken Rosenthal. Same thing that Jeff Passan already told us. Check out Evan Grant, see if he's got anything else. I'm assuming it's a 1-for-1. Honestly, that's what I'm doing here to see if there's anything else. Evan Grant said 12 minutes ago, I expect the Rangers to take the money saved on the Lowe deal and invest it into either a left-handed bat who will play some outfield in addition to DH or bullpen pieces. Thank you, Evan. I appreciate you saying that. That's exactly what me and everyone else on the planet is saying. It's obvious, right? This is a cost-cutting, saving measure to allocate the money for bullpen, maybe a left-handed, Nate Lowe hits left-handed, bopper, somebody who can play the outfield. Looks like Berger is going to get more than the 250 to 350 at bats I was projecting. Looks like he's going to get more like 450 to 550 now. That's okay with me. I really like Jake Berger. For the price, he'll have more value. Now, again, you want wins and losses, but for the amount of money we're going to spend on Jake Berger versus Nathaniel Lowe, Berger's going to be the more valuable player in 2025. I have no doubt about that. We have to allocate this money. And again, we're okay. We had about, I'm repeating myself, I apologize, but we got about 400 people in here now between YouTube and Twitter, and we only had about 150 when I think I said this earlier. Welcome to all of you, by the way. If you're new here, welcome. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Please follow on X. Okay. We had about $25 million to spend on probably 3 relievers and maybe a bat. Now we have $36 million to spend on those guys. So, and we added Robert Garcia, a left-hander who we need, takes out one. I guess we only need 2 more. Do we need 2 more? Let's take a look at the Texas Rangers depth chart real fast. Let's just do the math with Garcia in there. Nope, that's the Texas Longhorns, which I can understand why Google wants me to see that. Texas Rangers depth chart. Let me share this with you so I'm not just talking into the abyss here. Okay, can you guys see that? I hope you can. Again, welcome in all 400 of you. Okay, so the starting staff, what's up? I mean, this has nothing to do with that, but this is pretty fun to talk about. Nathaniel Eovaldi, Jacob deGrom, John Gray. A lot of people have been talking about, hey, will you close? The only way that happens is if the Rangers brass wants to do that. CY, Ross, Bochy, of course, all of them. If they want him to do it, and if John Gray wants to do it, I have no idea. John Gray's a good guy, great arm. It would make some sense, but a lot of starters don't want to be relievers, so it might not. So anyway, the starting staff is chock full of Eovaldi, deGrom, Gray, Bradford, who was our best pitcher last year, Malley, if he's healthy, Kumar Rocker. Let's be real. I love Kumar Rocker. He's not throwing 150 innings next year. If he is, that's the very, very top. And then our bullpen, Sporzy, who is out for a couple months, I think, 6 to 8 weeks, so shouldn't even count him. So let's just start now. How many do you need in the bullpen? Call it 8. Webb, Curvello, I'm not going to count him. Milner, Pennington, I guess I'm going to count him. Dunning, Festa, Grant Anderson, Leiter, Garabito. That's 8. Now there's other guys. There's Mark Church. I expect, and I heard, who was it? I think it was, who was it? I think it might have been Jared Sandler. I'm trying to remove it in the wrong button. I think it was Jared Sandler who says somebody who I respect recently, maybe yesterday, the day before, was saying they expect Mark Church to have innings that matter in 2025 up for the big club. I think I agree with that. I haven't watched him enough. I'm going off of what I've read. If I've seen him, I don't, with my own eyes, I don't have a memory of that. But my point is, this is a full but not good bullpen right now. Who's the closer? Who gets the 8th inning? Who's the 7th inning? Who gets the 6th inning? I'm worried about it. Now, we have added some arms, but we haven't added anybody named Devin Williams. We haven't added anybody named, Tanner Scott. We need to go make a splash. Could we make a trade? Well, our biggest piece just left. Could we trade Tavares and Zeke? Sure we could. Sure we could. I don't think we're getting all that much for them. Tavares has got they both have some value. I think they're more likely to bring, they both have some value, but not a lot of value. I think the biggest piece we had is now Washington National. Again, I'm sad that he traded him. I was kind of hoping we would just spend the $25 million, give it, $8 million. I'm just talking about per year now. $8 million a year, $8 million a year, $8 million a year, maybe get 3 more arms. Maybe we get lucky and get a Kenley Jansen or somebody who can pitch the ninth. Yates isn't coming back, or I just can't imagine Yates is coming back. Robertson's not coming back. I can't imagine it. So let me get caught up in chat and let me hear from you guys. What do you guys think? Obviously, most people are pretty upset about it because as Rangers fans, we want Nathaniel Lowe to be on our team. And again, we've been live for 20 minutes. We got 447 in here between Twitter and YouTube. I don't know where you're at. You can let me know in the chat if you want to, but I appreciate every single one of you. If you're on YouTube, please go check out my X, which used to be called Twitter at Rangers Fan Jeff. If you're watching on Twitter, please check out my YouTube at Texas Clubhouse. I would appreciate that. Brian, my buddy in the house. We still have hope with Robertson and Yates being still in the market. Their age works against them. Do you think the Rangers could offer them an incentive-laden contract to shore up our boat? Sure, we can offer it to them. Neither one of them are going to take it. So Robertson is 40. Kirby Yates is, what is he, 38? I don't want to say the wrong number. This is definitely Kirby Yates' last bite of the apple. He was really good in Atlanta for 2 years before we got him, and he was surprised, and frankly, I was surprised that Atlanta didn't re-sign him. He's been really good for a while. Then he comes here, and Bochy gives him a chance to shine in the back of the bullpen as a closer. He was elite. Wasn't he second team MLB, all MLB? I think he was, and rightfully so. And this is in the year where Emmanuel Clase had freaking MVP buzz, which is stupid, but that's a whole nother show. One of the top 5 closers in the game last year, unarguable. Last contract. He's about 38 or he's 39. He's going to go get as much money as he can. I bet he ends up with the Mets or Boston or the Yankees or somebody with a lot of money. I would love to have him back. Love him. I have friends in San Diego. I'm from San Diego. Been a fan of Yates since he was in San Diego. Hawaiian guy. Great attitude. Great. Just love him. And his effectiveness is off the charts. But I think, again, this is his last chance for a contract. And Robertson, same. He's a gun for hire. He's got a great arm. He doesn't care if he's a closer, an 8th inning guy, a 7th inning guy. He's elite. My gosh, his calves. Have you seen his calves? Oh my God. This guy is a freak of nature, and he knows he's got a year or two. And so he's going to go get the most money he can, in my never so humble opinion. I have no problem with that. We should sign Trevor Bauer, and boom. Nate, you're going to make me lose followers right here. Ready? So half of you are going to get mad. We got 466 in the house right now. Let's see how many people leave. I love Trevor Bauer. He was absolutely lied about. He absolutely got screwed. He's been charged with nothing. He's a bozo. I don't think he's an idiot, but he's done some idiotic things. And he's done some idiotic things in a world that you don't want to do idiotic things in. With girls, he's been stupid. But I'll be real with you, and I'm not bragging. I'm just stating a fact. Get mad at me if you want. I've interacted with him, not a lot, but a little bit through social media. I've never met him in person. And I've interacted with her too. She doesn't like me. She doesn't know my name. I would be shocked. But there have been times that I posted and she came at me. I've never added her. I've never messaged her directly. I've only had to respond to her hitting me. You can find it on my Twitter if you care. So I've been somebody who's been on the Trevor Bauer's getting screwed train since before people were cool with that. And again, I understand people are going to be mad at me for saying that. This is my I don't care face. I'm not trying to make anybody mad. It came up in chat. Nate, thanks for screwing me here, buddy. But I love the guy. Would I want him on my team? I would. Mookie Betts. Here, I'll find it for you since we're talking about it. I'll find it for you. Mookie Betts on Trevor Bauer. We're not going to talk about Trevor Bauer a lot. I'm not going to do it. Here it is. I'll pop it up for you guys again. There you go. And you can read it for yourself. Oh, I'll get rid of that. Dodgers Mookie Betts hopes Trevor Bauer makes MLB return, says ex-teammate is an awesome guy. You know, I follow him on social media. I watch his YouTube channels. He has 3. He's just out there hiring an editor right now. I like him. I think MLB is screwing him. Now, am I saying I would let him babysit I've got 4 adult daughters. Trevor, I don't want you dating them. But my girls wouldn't. No offense, Trevor, but they wouldn't. I think the story is a mess. We could talk about this all day, and I don't want to right now. Maybe I will at some point, but they're not going to sign him. He looks pretty freaking good to me. And Aroldis Chapman is what Aroldis Chapman has done that has been proven, that has been not alleged but proven, and I believe he's been. It's real stuff. Way worse than what we want to be mad at Trevor about. Okay, sign Trevor for the league minimum. I'm in. Look, boy, Colin and Nate trying to get everybody to. Did I lose people? Got 482 or 483. All right, it actually went up a little bit. 485. I don't know. Maybe a bunch of people came in, a bunch of people left. The reliever has one hell of a savant page. Really? Good. Look, I don't want to waste time while I'm talking to you guys and look up everything. I will do that when I'm done, but that makes me feel good. I appreciate it. Look, the stats are pretty good. I'm not going to pretend like I'm an expert on middle relievers on the Washington Nationals last year. I do kind of remember the name after I looked at the picture. I don't know. Maybe it's just, I don't know. You never know, right? But it is an interesting trade. As Joshua says, interesting trade. It's a bummer that Lowe is going to be will not be on the Rangers this year. Yep. Come on. Nate chugging the World Series parade. I love Nathaniel Lowe, and I always will. Wish we would have gotten Gallo just for nostalgia. Nate, no thank you. I loved Gallo. I picked him to win an MVP a couple years ago. Obviously, I was wrong. No. LB's blackballed Bauer. No team can or will. I think you're probably right. The buzz that I follow the guy closely. I think he's going to sue MLB, and I think he's going to win. I think that at some point, well, I don't want to keep talking about Trevor Bauer. Not a big fan of Lowe trade. Yeah, Dallas sports fan, I'm not going to. My heart hates it. I've been saying I didn't think it was going to happen. I got to be honest with you, without knowing the reliever, but just looking at his numbers, I probably like it. We need bullpen. And I think when we take the 11 millions that were million, 10 to 12, whatever Nate ends up getting in arbitration, when we take that amount of money and this Garcia lefty in the bullpen, and we allocate that $11 million on another bullpen arm or a bat, I think I will like the totality of that, Garcia and I don't have any idea what it is, more than Nathaniel Lowe. Sorry, Mrs. Lowe. Nathaniel Lowe. Sorry, Mom. If we don't spend that money, yeah, I'll be unhappy, but we will. I know we will. 2 or 3 more arms and a bat are still on the way. Cat Rabbit. We could have traded Duran, Tavares, and got Garcia. I doubt that. They made enough money during the World Series to pay. I can't imagine anybody would give us a back end arm in the bullpen for Duran and Tavares. Maybe they would, but no, they wouldn't. The Washington Nationals have no interest in Duran or Tavares. They're a very young team. They got 4 outfielders. If you count Dylan Cruz as their 4th outfielder, that ain't happening. No disrespect, but no. 500 of you in the house. Wow. Between Twitter and YouTube, 500 of you are in the house. I appreciate every single one of you. And by the way, Merry Christmas. Did you know that some of my favorite all-time people were born on Christmas Day? Ricky Henderson, who we just lost. Jesus, who I've heard really good things about, and I'm his favorite. And me. It's my birthday on Christmas Day. Changing the subject drastically. I don't know why I told you that, but it's true. Corey Seager moved to first base, get Duran Smith. I think that's the long-term play, Giraffe. Giraffe Juice is fun to say. So I'm going to say it again. Giraffe Juice in the house. I got Giraffe Juice in my chat or on X or whatever. Dallas sports fan, I'm not a big fan of the trade, but we'll see how it plays out. Injury prevention. Yeah. So if you're just getting here, I'm gonna just close up with where we started off. Boy, it's been a good 40 minutes ago now. Jeff Passan, who I bumped into at the MLB draft at the where was it? Oh, the Fort Worth Stockyards. He was walking right by. He kept bumping him. I was in a. He was a nice guy though. I mean, I didn't. Anyway, whatever. Jeff Passan, left-handed reliever Robert Garcia from the Nationals to the Rangers for Nate Lowe. Again, if we take that $11 million that we had allocated for Nate Lowe, we added the 23 to 25 million we have in excess. The Rangers brass want to, and correctly so, want to stay under the salary cap. Now, I'm not a fan of staying under the salary cap all the time, but like the Dodgers gave a year off of free agency, right? So they can reset it, so they could go sign not just Ohtani, but $1 billion freaking worth of players. And I don't think the penalties are so bad that it's that bad. It's not my money, right? Easy for me to say. But I'm sure Ray Davies and the ownership group is okay with spending money, but they want to reset the salary cap penalties. So if we stay under it, we got about $23 to $25 million to spend before the Nate Lowe trade, right? To go get those bullpen guys and make another bat. Now you add that $11 million to that. Now you can go get the rest of your bullpen. I don't know if they get Tanner Scott, but now I think we at least have a shot at it, right? Are we in the bullpen or in the bullpen? Are we in the world of maybe we'll get Pete Alonso? I didn't think so today. I kind of mocked the guy on Twitter today. I said 0% is what I said. I said 0%. Well, not 0% anymore. Lots of first basemen available. So by the way, let's pull up the first basemen who are available. Want to do that? Let's do that. Let's pull up the first baseman available. I don't think we're going for a first baseman, but we might. Let me show you. All right. Walker's gone. Alonso, only 30 years old, still available. Santana's gone. Goldie's gone. Justin Turner. I'm not saying we can get him cheap, but I love JT. I love JT. And then it drops down pretty good. Solano, good hitter. I don't care. Connor Joe, no thank you. Joey Gallo, no thank you. Rizzo, no thank you. I like Josh Bell. I even like Ty France. Yeah, I mean, you can go get a couple cheap guys down there. Would I go for Justin Turner? Yeah, I would. You want to go look at DH? Guess we could do that, right? I will just look at, well, we can look at the top of the outfield. Profar's a horrible idea. Don't even say it. Cano's a good hitter. I like him. Profar can't play defense, guys. So don't talk to me about him. Austin Hayes, you could go get. Verdugo, please no. Please no. Pham, please no. Please no. We let Jankowski go. Bader, elite in defense and center. We don't need him. Taylor, elite defense and center. We don't need him. Hampson, real fast. No, thank you. I don't think I want any of them. Right fielders, blah, 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 blah. Teoscar and Anthony Santander. I mean, I said I wouldn't mind Max Kepler, the next guy. Santander and Hernandez would be elite. They're going to cost us too much. Doesn't make any sense with what we have. But they'd be great. Hayward, no thank you. Grichuk, I mean, on a flyer, sure, why not? DHs, JD Peterson. JD Martinez, great, but right-handed. McCutcheon will be in Pittsburgh. Vogelbach, no thank you. Eloy Jimenez, no thank you. I love Matt Carpenter. We tried him for a minute. He was horrible here, and then he was great for the Yankees. So the obvious name there is Jock Peterson. So look, there's a few names that would be interesting, hitters that would be interesting. I want the bullpen. I want Tanner Scott. If I could allocate the 25 million and the 11 million, making it 36 million, and give Tanner Scott a big chunk of that, and then maybe go out and get maybe AJ Minter and, maybe one more name. Maybe you're on the cheaper side. Shoot, maybe bring back Chris Martin. I think that's enough. I think that would be enough. And I'd go with our offense. I expect Berger now with this full complement of at-bats to give us 25 to 30 bombs. Going to hit 220 to 240. It's not going to be great, but if he's hitting seventh, that's a good production, right? And that's where Nate was hitting. So he'll have more bop, less not nearly as good defense, and less batting average. Might surpass the RBIs and will surpass home runs. Simeon will bounce back. He will. You look at the every other years of Bruce Bochy. He goes to the World Series and wins them with the Giants. Everybody's talking about that. Take a look, and I'll do a show on this probably. Take a look at Marcus freaking Simeon's every other year. Top 3 in MVP every other year. I'm not saying that's where he's going to be, but I'm going to say, and he was really good last year overall. His offensive numbers dip. He's going to have a bounce back year. Corey Seager's the best hitter on the planet, potentially, if healthy. So we're fine there. Josh Young, everybody's saying he's an injury-prone guy. No, he's not. He got hit by a ball. He's going to be fine. He's going to be a superstar. He was an all-star 2 years ago. I love that infield. I'll say it. could be the best offensive infield in all of baseball, and that's with Berger. Again, our outfield, Langford, my gosh, September, well, best player in the American League. And I agree. Carter or Tavares in center, hopefully both. Dolly will not be the 2023 Dolly, but he won't be the 24 Dolly either. He's great defensively. Bochy just said he wasn't playing hurt, but he was tweaking with some stuff. I love Garcia. I'm not going to say he's going to be the superstar that he was in 2023, but he's not going to be the player he was in 2024. So if you take Berger's power, Simeon's better, Young's healthy, Carter's healthy, Langford's more mature, Garcia gets better, Higashioka and Heim better than Heim and Kelly, that offense is quite a bit better. Evaldi, DeGrom, Maley, Rocker, Gray. Who am I forgetting? I don't know, but we've got more. I like it. Give me a bullpen. Let's get caught up in chat, and then let's bounce. When is it time to play Ohtani? When is time to pay Ohtani all that deferred money is going to kick the Dodgers? I don't think so. So, Nate, everybody wants to say that. It's not like they just aren't spending any money. To do that legally, you have to put money in an account. So the Dodgers are taking money and putting it in an account. What people don't want to know is the Dodgers are making a freaking crap ton of money on Ohtani. And that's with taking the money and the money has to be there. You can't just, like everyone wants to say, oh, they're going to pay it later. I'm sorry, Nate, but that's just not the case. They have to put the money, they have to prove that they've got it in an account and it's ready. So they've already spent it. So, no. Cat Rabbit. Fun to say. Couldn't remember, do we have anything in the farm at first base? Yeah. Foscue, who's the second baseman we've got at first base. Albeck Ortiz at first base. Sebastian Walcott, he's not now. I'm assuming you're talking about for right now. Foscue's right now. Ortiz, I think, is right now. Long term, Sebastian Walcott's not a shortstop. Maybe he is, but he's not. But he's not. Could play third. Okay. Right fielder or first baseman, probably. And he's the biggest prospect we have, everybody says, but that's reaching out pretty far, right? What do you think about Langford extension? I think that's a great idea in 3 years. I think that I love locking him up in 3 years. What I want to do now is allocate that money. Look, we only have Simeon and Seager and DeGrom for maybe 4 more years, 3 more years, the totality, right? Now is the time. I'll say what nobody wants to hear me say. I would trade a Walcott for a now. A big now. I would give up some of the 2028 for 2025, 2026, and 2027. Why? DeGrom, Simeon, Seager. Why? Bregman. Seattle has no offense. The A's are going to be good in a couple of years. The Philadelphia, Oakland, Sacramento, Vegas, don't call me Oakland A's, are coming, man. They've got some talent. Not this year, but they're not going to be horrible. They have a shot to be a 500 team, but that's not what we're talking about. Right now, we have a chance to win the West, and if you get in the playoffs, you can win the World Series. You know why I know that? The Diamondbacks got in the World Series the year before last, and they got beat. Who they get beat by? Who they get beat by? So you just got to get in the tournament, man. And now's the time. DeGrom, Seager, and Simeon mean we're playing for now. So yeah, Nate, I love the idea of a Langford extension, but not freaking now. I want that money now. More importantly than anything, I want the Nate Lowe money to go to my bullpen. There's not a hitter out there other than Pete Alonso that I want more than I want a bullpen. I do love Santander. I do love Teoscar. They would be great. I just don't think it makes any sense. Santander's a switch hitter. Hernandez bops from the right side. Jock Peterson hits from the left side on a lesser level. To me, I'll roll with our boys offensively. I'll roll with our starting pitchers quite happily. Give me a bullpen. But yes, I agree. And Javier just said it. Santander and Jock are in play now. 574 of you are still here. We're going to go over it one more time, and then I'm going to bounce. My name is Jeff. If you're new here, welcome. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel at Texas Clubhouse if you haven't already. Please, excuse me, follow me over on X at Rangers Fan Jeff if you haven't already. We'll get caught up in chat one more time after we talk about what are we doing here tonight. About 40 minutes ago now, 50 minutes, maybe an hour ago. Now, Jeff Passan and a bunch of people other than that now have stated left-handed reliever Robert Garcia is headed to from the Nationals to the Rangers in the Nathaniel Lowe trade. I've been wrong. I've been telling everybody who would listen, no, I don't think they're going to do it. No, I don't think they're going to do it. Always known there was a chance, and it would be a money play. Here it is. I don't know a lot about this guy, but I do like the stats. One less arm we need. I mean, we've added, what did we add? 2 relief pitcher free agents so far, and now this third. So we're getting there. I still don't see anybody for the 8th inning, and I still don't see anybody for the 9th inning. In short, we get a left-handed reliever who had really good numbers last year from the Nationals in exchange for Nate Lowe. Berger gets most of the at-bats now that we thought he'd be sharing. He gets him over at first base. He's more of a third baseman. He's not great defensively. Horrible average, really good RBIs, really good home runs, a really good guy in the clubhouse. So we'll be okay there. We will. He wins. He gets more bats. He's a lot cheaper. The real piece there is you add the reliever and you get that $11 million that would have gone to Nate Lowe to add somebody. I'm repeating myself for anybody who stayed here the whole time, but I feel like we're closing it out. Brian says, and that money for Ohtani is making money. Well, exactly, Brian. Yeah, again, this is a Ranger show, but the wannabe hatred for the Dodgers being smart is just, it shocks me. It shocks me. You know, I hate the salary cap. I am on the side of the players 99.99999% of the time. I'm not mad at the owners, but the owners are lying liars. And why do I say that? They won't open the books. They haven't opened the books for 20 years. There's a work stoppage coming in 2 years, and it's making me mad. I hope I'm wrong, but I'm not. They need to fix it now, but they won't. And it's going to be about a bunch of stupid things, you know, money, the salary cap. The players will never allow for a salary cap. But if you're, and there's 576 of you in the chat or between Twitter and YouTube are here right now. So I bet of the 576, I bet 500 of you are going to probably agree that what the Dodgers are doing is unfair. And again, at risk of losing your viewership and maybe you unsubscribe or whatever, it's just wrong. It's just wrong. They're willing to be creative. And again, they put the money in the account. They have to spend it. It's gone. They've spent it. It's in an account. But they're willing to pay a tax above and beyond to give their fans a better opportunity to have a winner. If you're mad at the Dodgers for spending more, go be a Pirate fan, man. And another thing I want to say on that, and if you go to my tweets from just a couple of days ago, the numbers just came out. In the AL West, you know how's the highest? And I bet most of you do because you're a bunch of good Rangers fans in here and a knowledgeable group. And I'm not kissing your butt. I mean that. Who has a larger payroll than the Texas Rangers in the AL West? Nobody. Who has a larger payroll in the entire AL? Only the Yankees. And what are we, 5th? Only a couple teams are spending more than us. So I haven't seen it in chat, but spare me that we're just too cheap to play thing. That's just dumb. 25 million or more available still, plus the 11 million or so that we're going to save on Nate Lowe gives me, my math, 36 million to go get a closer, another bullpen arm, and then another bullpen arm, or a left-handed bopper. Maybe Anthony Santander, maybe he does make some sense. Smashed 40 in Baltimore. Pretty freaking good. Maybe it does mean Pete Alonso, but I don't think so. I think it means a couple arms. I really hope a high-end arm. And again, there's not a whole lot of high-end arms. If I could have anything I wanted for Christmas this year, it's Tanner Scott. See why? Ross, Bruce, are you listening? Mr. Davis, I don't know why I say Davis. Mr. Davis, are you listening? All I want for Christmas is a left-handed closer. Tanner Scott will be freaking amazing. Wearing this hat once a week. All right. I think we are done. Mention you have subscriptions. I have subscriptions available. Brian says I have subscriptions available. I think what he means is you can be a member on my YouTube channel. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. You want to support the channel, you can support the channel. You want to do what you want, whatever. Follow me on X at Rangers Fan Jeff. Subscribe to me over on YouTube at Texas Clubhouse. And Have a great freaking Christmas. Nathaniel Lowe, I love you. I will never not love you. Thank you for everything you did for this community. Thank you for everything you did for us on the field. Thank you for being so accessible. Your new wife and you, I wish only the best. She's pretty hot, by the way. Only the best. Don't know her in the least, but I've seen pictures. But Nathaniel, you've been such a joy to watch. And I love your story, you and your brother and your family story. Made me cry a couple times when I heard your reaction to what you've gone through with your mom. 600 of you in chat. Wow. Thank you guys. We'll miss him greatly. Allocate this money. Get me a couple arms in the bullpen. I will root for Tampa Bay when they're not playing my Rangers. Haley, Merry Christmas to you, my friend. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Haley. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Javier. Thank you, Nate. Thank you, Mr. Kane. Thank you, Giraffe Juice. Thank you, all of you. 598 of you. I saw the number get to 600 between Twitter and YouTube. One last time, at Rangers Fan Jeff over on X. I need to stop calling it Twitter. And I love X, by the way. If you're not over on X, what are you doing wrong? Texas Clubhouse over on YouTube. I am Jeff. You are you. Merry Christmas. Nate is out of here. He's in Washington. We get a left-handed reliever. And I'm going to go downstairs and get some drink. Thanks for watching. Have the best day ever. I'll try to do more of these lives. Thanks for popping on. Without any mention, 600 of you show up. I appreciate you. You don't have to go, but you can't stay here. See ya.